Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Since 2012, I don't believe that there has been a good Batman. Christian Bale is my Batman. He is the best Batman. There is nobody else. I wasn't really a fan during the Keaton and the Val Kilmer days because I was very young. But I think that has now changed. First of all, let me say I believe that there is an apology. In my trailer reaction I did last year on this very movie, I kept saying, what the fuck, it's, you know, Robert Pattinson, it's Cedric Diggory, it's the glowy, glittery vampire from Twilight. I kept reiterating that, and trust me, I got some shit online for keep mentioning that he was Twilight. And
oh, he's done more films, you know.
I had all of that go on. So I believe in apologies in order, because R-BATZ, you have swayed me. The first thing I noticed from The Batman was that it very much reminds me of the Arkham series of games. What I mean by that is it really encapsulates into the story of The Batman. The Batman is very much a detective story more than, you know, Batman with his Batarang looking cool and having a big gravelly voice. None of that happens anymore. R-BATZ has his voice just a little bit deeper, maybe. He's done a little something to it when he is Batman, but he's not doing the ridiculous thing. Christian Bale had a very sore throat, I'm assuming, by the 3 movies that he had done. It's not George Clooney bad in terms of his voice, but it is different. He isn't trying to do anything. That's why I think his characteristics are very much like the Arkham games. The actual story is a detective story. He's the world's greatest detective. It's what Batman's thing is. So to have him actually do it for a change, other than just, as I say, kick people's asses with a Batarang, it's refreshing to see. It's methodical and clear what the actual script writers wanted to do. They wanted it to be that detective story, straight and true. There's the Riddler causing a muck. They need to get rid of him. He's put out riddles. It's very clever how he figures them out. He uses Alfred to help him, played excellently by Andy Serkis. Again, a younger Alfred, that's weird, but it works. I'm used to Michael Caine. This is great. So yeah, the story writers knew what they wanted, and Robert Pattinson just absolutely owned that and made it cool, calm, collected. He could kick ass, but he was never about that. He was about vengeance. He calls himself Vengeance. The word Batman doesn't come out ever in this film, so it's really cool to see him be something different and something new, and I will get to that in a little bit more depth in a second. Talking of characters like the Batman, we also get Catwoman, played, I would say, exceptionally well by Zoe Kravitz. Of course, we have had Anne Hathaway in the past. I very much enjoyed her. I wasn't really into the Michelle Pfeiffer thing. Of course, I was too young. She was great. She kicked ass. She didn't need Batman. She didn't need anybody's help. She was her own cool character who takes in stray cats. Her girlfriend gets hurt. Her girlfriend gets killed, and she wants vengeance for it. They're all in it for the same reasons. She's just... It's not that I had no faith in them casting Zoe Kravitz, but it wasn't someone I was necessarily that bothered about. So it was cool to have my expectations taken over, but that's what this whole thing did for me. This took what I thought was going to be a piece of shit, because let's be honest, DC haven't had the greatest run, and they've subverted all of it in the best possible way. What I also think has become a great characteristic that they've added into this film is Gotham itself. Compared to the original Dark Knights, which I have down here somewhere, the Gotham in that looked like they'd used Manhattan as a backdrop. In this, Gotham looks dirty, depressing, dank, it's cold, it's always wet, it's always raining. Nobody's happy, crime is rampant, it's disgusting. They have the Arkham jail on the same street as this big bustling city. It's horrible. and yet I feel part of it. You know, you're left within the world, you're not left out of anything. They don't make you feel like you're not part of it, you are. Arkham is alive in this movie and it looks sensational. Whoever did the cinematography for this should be praised. It is something that has clearly been looked at, that there is three main characters. You've got the Catwoman, Batman and Arkham are the main pillars of the entire movie, and that is shown through in its huge scope of the actual city itself, and how, you know, people feel being in it, if that makes sense. You can feel people's disdain and depression being in Arkham. It's, you know, it's great to feel this dirty, dank Arkham Gotham crossover. It's very rare for some city to make you feel like that, but this does, and it's so good. Look, I'm not going to kiss ass anymore. This is a DC movie, so of course I do have some issues. Ever since Avengers Endgame, there was a whole thing that movie theatres should have a break in between because it's a 3-hour movie, and people weren't sure that their new Instagram minds could get through a whole movie without needing a shit and a bitch in between. So this film has the same kind of issue. It is 175 minutes or something, so 3 hours long. It's a long film. Now, where Endgame, I believe, in my head, swallowed that up, and it's like, you know, that and Wolf of Wall Street are 3 hours long, and I could watch them both, and I think I've watched an hour and a half, because the pacing is so well integrated into the story, and you have so much to engage you. The Batman has the opposite problem, where it's just an awful lot of standing around. There's honestly a scene for 5 straight minutes of 4 people on a rooftop listening to an answer machine message, and all they do is just sort of pan in between each of them. You could have shut that down. There's honestly a lot of scenes like that where you could cut 40 minutes out of this movie and it wouldn't really hurt it in any way, and you could still connect the narratives together. It wasn't difficult, but for some reason it's 3 hours. My personal reason for thinking this is you've got an amazing performance by Paul Dano. At the end of the film, there is a younger cast member that you just don't know about yet. I don't know, and I've seen the movie. You've got Robert Pattinson, young guy. You've got all of these younger actors coming in. So I think the reason for all of this is it's a hard reset on the entire DC universe. Yes, we've got Aquaman 2 coming out this year, which I won't be going to go and see for reasons I will talk about later on in the year. I think that DC have had issues in the past. They haven't got their story straight as much as, well, I've just seen there's like 29 in a row here that have all done quite well, and of course Warner Brothers want that, but I think they have to reset it somewhere so that we can get back on a track and a case where we can all understand what's going on here. And I think that R-BATZ is the new Batman. That's the reset. That's it. I think we're going into a new universe, a new set of films and stories here that could really work. I really hope it does, because honestly, I can deal with this 3-hour runtime if it means I'm going to be getting a solid flowing story with R-BATZ, with other people, with Zoe Kravitz back again to do more interlinking things. That would be great. I don't hate DC, regardless of what my friends think and what people have commented to me. I don't hate it. It just needs to have that reset and that time spent on it, like Iron Man did, and there was never a guarantee, but it worked. DC is so potholed it may as well be a teenager's face. I can't get a grip of it, but if it's going to be like this in the future, then fuck yeah, give it to me. I don't care if it takes me 3 hours, that's fine. Just let it be the only cut of it. Don't do a Zack Snyder and give me a 4-hour cut of a film, then you don't have confidence in it. Just do this, that's great. So my final verdict, would I or wouldn't I recommend that you go and see The Batman in cinemas? Well, I'm recording this on a Sunday, it came out on a Friday, and I can't wait to tell my work colleagues on Monday. go and see this fucking movie. Yes, go and see The Batman in cinemas. If you want to sit there for 3 hours, do it. If you want to wait and sit at home and watch it the old-fashioned way, do that as well. But honestly, whenever you see, whether it's now or like near Christmas when they release it on Blu-ray, watch it. It needs to be seen. This is what I predict it is, and it is a hard reset of the DCEU. It has now become important. R-BATZ did well, and I'm sorry for taking the piss. So there you have it, guys. There was my take on The Batman. Have you seen the movie? Please let me know in the comments down below. I would love to know. I really want to talk about this. Not a lot of people I know have seen it yet. So please let me know in the comments down below. And before you leave, please don't forget, we're still trying to catch Chris Stuckman. Let's get there, guys. Let's do this. And until next time, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tell all your mates. This is your friendly neighbourhood ginger guy saying, Ginge out.